Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the show, 21 Hunting and Fishing. And today I wanted to talk about, as you saw on the thumbnail, interesting story. Again, something else that I've never heard of. Michigan sturgeon season ends in just 17 minutes, setting a new record. Now, I've heard of sturgeon. The first time I ever heard of sturgeon, or even saw one, I think someone jumping out of the water, was when I was striper fishing in Maine, and striper fishing with a friend's dad, who also happened to be a teacher at the high school I went to. Really cool guy, super knowledgeable outdoorsman, and told me all about it. And yeah, it's for a lot of people, it's a bucket list fish. So let's get started. Probably not gonna be a very long episode today. So here we go. So Michigan sturgeon season ends in just 17 minutes, setting new record. I have not read through this article yet. This is the first time I've read through it. I just kind of saw the headline and then like one or two sentences. So I'm going to learn something during this. So photo sturgeon. Yeah, sturgeon is a pretty unique looking fish. They can get pretty big and they seem to be pretty plentiful. East Coast, West Coast. Um, I mean, you hear about them all the time now. The 2025 sturgeon season ends just 17 minutes on Black Lake. So that's somewhere in Michigan, apparently. All right, so this article comes to us courtesy of Detroit Fox 2. So at 8 a.m. on Saturday, nearly 800 anglers hit the ice at Black Lake, hoping to reel in a sturgeon. Just 17 minutes later, the quota for the season was filled. Black Lake sturgeon season is always a very quick one, but this year blew the previous record out of the water, literally. See what they did there? The season opened at 8 a.m. on Black Lake near Sheboygan, with a quota of just 6 sturgeon. At 8:17 a.m., the season was over as 7 fish had been pulled in. So the entire quota for the season is 7 fish. It's kind of odd to me that they would even have a season at all if the quota's 7 fish. So let's see. Let's do some math here. If you were an angler, um, one of the 800 guys, uh, da, 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 so you had less than a 1% chance. You had a 0.875% chance of being one of the lucky anglers that caught one of these fish. So as I was saying, it's a bucket list fish. There's 800 anglers vying for one of, what did I just say, 7? Pretty wild. This was a return for the season, as last year it was canceled due to a lack of ice on the lake. It was the first time it had ever happened. This year, however, the icy conditions were cooperative. Sorry, I'm still kind of coming over something right now. By the numbers, the Michigan's Department of Natural Resources said 797 anglers registered for the event and traveled from across the Great Lakes regions in hopes of reeling one in. Like I said, this is a bucket list fish. The 7 sturgeon that were caught will have their data collected to give insight on the health of the local population. One of the 7 was a 62-inch fish that had a tag dating back to 2010. It's pretty cool when they catch a fish with a tag. I know it's a pretty big deal when you shoot a duck that's tagged. Highlighting the state's successful efforts to save the species. The previous record for the sturgeon season was 35 minutes, meaning this year bested the record by half the time. I've never heard of this, um, of like a season being managed like this. Obviously, I guess I live under a rock because it occurs. The state tightly controls the number of sturgeon that can be caught each year, and the season lasts 5 days at a maximum. I would say so. They tightly control this. They allow 7 to be caught. 4 years ago, a sturgeon measuring nearly 7 feet long and weighing 240 pounds was pulled from the Detroit River and estimated to be almost 100 years old. Yeah, so these fish, I think it's one of those fish that they just kind of just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And to be able to catch something this big in fresh water is pretty amazing. The Alpena Fish and Wildlife Conservation Office said that the fish was one of the largest lake sturgeon ever recorded in the U.S. Yeah, I would think so. The backstory: Black Lake is one of a few select places to fish for sturgeon, others being Lake St. Clair and the St. Clair River Otsego Lake, boundary waters between Michigan and Wisconsin, and the St. Mary's River in Portage and Torch Lakes. Commercial fishing of sturgeon in Michigan is strictly prohibited, while the sport fishing season for them is heavily regulated. In the Detroit River, any sturgeon caught between July and March, when it is permitted, must be immediately released. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Lake sturgeon are a unique species in Michigan and a keystone fish that inhabits the Great Lakes. Commercial fishing of the sturgeon decimated the population, leading to their near collapse decades ago. Yeah, it sounds like they're coming back though. It can take decades for the species to reach their full size. The lifespan of a typical male is about 55 years old, while females are known to live for 100 years. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool fish. I've never caught one. Again, I may have caught a glimpse of one fishing upriver in Maine for stripers many years ago. I think I would still, I was still in high school, so pretty cool. I've never heard of this. That's why I wanted to just read through this article real quick. It'd be pretty cool to catch one. I'm not sure I would go that great lengths to maybe catch one, but let's be real. When people are out there ice fishing, doing something like this, they're whooping it up, partying, have a good time. It's just something to do. But anyways, hey, that was a quick read through. Comment below. Let me know if you've ever heard of something like this, or maybe if you're even part of this fishery. Let me know. 21 hunting and fishing, guys. Remember, kill something, drag it back to the cave, and eat it. See ya.